friends, welcome to chapter 1 in which we are going to learn about modules, comments and PIP. But we have not learned how we will write our first program. So first of all, I would like to tell you how you can create your first Python program. So if you followed my steps while installing the VS Studio Code, you can open it just by right click. So if I go to any folder, suppose I go to this folder, and if I right click here, and you can see here open with code, right? And this window will open. So this is our virtual studio window. So here you will be able to see the content of this folder. So content of this folder are two files. One is practice set and one is Python. So let's create our first Python program. So you can see here one plus sign here, right? So you can create your first program. You can write it like you can write anything. You can write here like 01 my first program, right? And always write .py after anything if you want to create a program. This way you can create your program, right? So you can see here my first program .py. So here will you see the your first program. So benefit of writing 01 here is that when I give you the programs and when you give you the files, it will be very easy for you. So you don't have any problem. So you can see here I have all the codes for you, right? So you can see here I have created all the problems and all the codes. You don't have any problem with it, right? So I have created all the programs for you. So don't worry, I will give you everything and you don't have to make any notes. Okay, so let's write our first program without thinking anything. Write your first program like, right? You can see here print, and in the bracket you can write like consistency is the key to success. Okay, and you can see here one triangle here. So just click here and you can see your output. Consistency is the key, right? So here you can see your output. You see here one thing called extensions, right? So you see here one extensions. So if you want to install any extension, you can do it with the help. Just like the extensions of Chrome, we need extensions in Python, right? Just like the extension of Chrome will increase the functionality of your browser. Just like you have installed the software in your computer. What does software do? It provides some extra functions to your computer. Just like you install the apps on your phone, which helps you to perform various functions, right? So this way you can install your extensions. Like one of the most useful extension is this like run code, right? Run coder. So you can use this code runner, right? So you can install it if you want. So this is very helpful, right? So this way you can add your extensions. And we have written our first program. Consistency is the key to success. Don't think anything. Just write print, bracket, double quotes, and consistency is the key to success. And just click this button and you will see your output. And Python doesn't contain any semicolon, so you don't need to give any semicolon. And you can see that you can zoom in or zoom out with the scroll of your mouse. So how to do that setting? For that, go to this settings, go to settings and click zoom, right? And you see here zoom. There it should be set. If it is set, then you can increase or decrease the font of your program, right? So you can increase or decrease, right? Press control and scroll your mouse, then it will be increase or decrease. So just write print, bracket, double quotes and run, and this will be the output. Consistency is the key to success. You can write this code in the terminal as well. So for that you have to write Python space dot backslash, and you can write tab, and you can see your details of your program will come, and just click here and you can see again the output. Consistency is just key to success. So what does this file do? Just print. It will just print consistency is key to success, nothing more than that. So now that we have learned till now, we have just learned about the Python, that it is a programming language which helps us to communicate with the computer. We have installed the Python and the VS Code, and we have put our complete setup here to do the code. So now what we'll do is, now we'll deep dive into the code, and we have written our first code into the Python. So what is the meaning of this? You will say that you just said to write print, bracket, double quotes, consistency is key to success, double quotes and bracket. So you did what I told you to do, and this code ran. It's quite perfect. So congratulations if you have written first code in your lifetime. If this is the first line of code of your life, I want to write congratulations for yourself in the comment box. I will feel happy and feel good that you have written your first code. So let's move forward and see what have I written. Let's write your first Python program which we already have written. That file can consist of any name, right? It can be 01 my first program.py or any other name. Just keep file name such it won't crash with the built-in module. Don't name the file as ABC or Flask. We'll have look on Builtin Modules so soon. But now you can name it 01 underscore my first program dot py. And print is a function. And what are function? We'll discuss this later. For now, just take this line which prints consistency is the key to success. And we'll learn how is this functioning. And we executed this file and consistency is the key to success has been printed on the screen. Now we'll talk about modules. So what is module? So module is a file containing code written by somebody else, which means I can download this file from internet and install in my computer. Program written by someone else, or I can use set of programs written by someone else. How cool is this? That I can use in my program, which means I can import someone modules. If you write import OS, right? You can see here the command is run and there is no error here, right? There is no error here. But if you write something like that, import Flask, you will see this is also done because maybe I have installed this Flask. But if you write something like TensorFlow, then it will give you an error. So OS is the inbuilt module. That's why we do not have any error. Now, if I write TensorFlow here, now you will ask what I'm writing. What is TensorFlow is? These are the names of some modules about which we'll talk later. And now if I run this, so it is displaying no modules name TensorFlow, right? So that's why we have to install the modules externally in our computers. This was the built-in module. That's why it worked. So OS is the built-in module. So now let's have a look on what is built-in module and what are the external modules. I have written for you in the notes as well. So you can see that. So built-in module is the pre-installed in the Python. External modules are the modules which are need to install using PIP. So I have talked about modules that if I have to use someone else code in my program. Let me give you an example. Just like I'm using OS, I do not write those functions, but I can still use them, right? So if I run OS, you can see that you will see the output. And so I have not installed that OS. Same as that, I can download more external modules and use their functionality. OS module provides functionality to list all the files and folders of your directory, and it also gives you lots of functionality, but we'll not talk about them right now. We'll go forward. For now, just understand that modules extend the functionality of your programs. Okay, so let's talk about next topic, what is PIP. So PIP is the package manager for Python, and you can use PIP to install a module on your system. You can say PIP is a package manager of Python, and you get PIP by default when you download the Python. And you can install package with the help of PIP. Do you remember I wrote import Flask here and you get an error, but you can install the Flask with the help of PIP. Let's see how to install the Flask. So if I write here pip install Flask, and if I run this command, so now you can see that Flask is installed as a module in my Python. So Flask is used to build website. I'm not building any website, so I will now step back. I will talk about types of modules. So I have talked about pip, that I have to download and install any module so I can use pip. So there are two types of modules in Python, as I said, built-in module and the external modules. Built-in modules are the modules which you can use without downloading or installing them, because they are pre-installed with the installation of Python. So you get them when you install the Python. But you have to install the external modules with the help of pip. They are absolutely free. That is not a problem. They are free of cost. But you need to make efforts to install the external modules. You have to write pip installed followed by the name of the modules, and you are able to use them. Just as we saw the example of Flask, so there are many built-in and there are many external modules. So some examples of built-in modules are like OS, ABC, etc. And some examples of external modules are TensorFlow, Flask, etc. So let's search some built-in modules which are present in Python. So if I go to Google and if I press here, you can write here built-in modules in Python, right? And if I go here, you can see here there are many built-in modules in Python, right? You can see here our OS, right? That is built-in module, right? So there are many built-in modules in the Python. So this was the story of modules. In future, we will install, use and learn how to take advantage of all the modules, be it internal modules or be it external modules, right? So let's move forward and see how we can use Python as a calculator. So we can use Python as a calculator with the help of PowerShell, right? If in the search window you will write PowerShell, then this window will open, right? And here you will write first thing as Python, right? And this will flow like this. And this is also called REPL, and REPL will be launched. So what is REPL? So REPL is read, evaluate, print and loop. So you can write here any kind of program. So you see here this interface when you will write Python in the terminal, and you can write here any program. Like if I write here 7 plus 5, right? You can see this window below. If I write 5 6 7 9 multiply by 4 6 6 7 8 7, you will see the value. So in case of Python, instead of cross, we use this asterisk mark for the multiplication, right? You will write plus for addition, you will write subtraction, you will write forward slash for division, but for multiplication you write this asterisk mark. So if you write plus, here you will get, what did I do? I read the plus, then it evaluates the plus, then it printed value and returned to the loop for the next value, right? So I have written plus, it will print, and now if I hand over a bigger value, so it will definitely print the value quicker because it's a computer. So no surprise here, but we can add any valid Python code in REPL as well, and it will execute line by line like in the Visual Studio Code. Now you will ask, why don't we use REPL and why do we use Python file? So we write Python file because as time goes on, our code will be so big that we will not be able to manage in the REPL. And the second thing is that when we close the terminal, the sequence of codes from the REPL will be lost, and it will become inconvenient for me to keep that code, and here it is saved in file and I can open and run whenever I want. So it's quite convenient for me to use file. But if I do something quickly and if I want to use how this thing work in Python, so I use REPL as well. So what is the use of REPL? So you open the terminal, wrote Python, executed lines of code and then close it, right? So close it, how to close it? So exit, then you have to write bracket and you will exit the, always write this parenthesis to close or open any. So we have learned what is REPL, and that is how you can use Python as a calculator. So this is about REPL. So what are commands in Python? So guys, we'll now have a look on what are commands in Python. So in Python, command is a text which you want to write but you do not want to execute. I repeat, you want to write that text it in your program but you don't want to execute. Let me give you an example. So let's suppose I want to mention that the author of this program is Gaurav, and if I write here like this, author is equal to Gaurav, and you will see if I execute here, you will see it will give you an syntax error. Name Gaurav is not defined. But I want to write this in my program, and I definitely want to write this so that whoever get this file must know what I am doing and who is the author of this program. So if I run this program, you will see the error and it will not be executed. But if I add here a pound sign, you can see here, if I add here a pound sign, and now you can see here, it turned into green. It means this line would not be executed now. My Python interpreter will ignore this. Let's run this. You can see here, you will see consistency is the key to success. Now there is no error here, and when I will run this file, so look, my consistency is the key to success is ran, and I will run it again and again. Now I can successfully run this program, but if I do not comment this out, it will fail while trying to execute that code. And because it will fail, so it won't be able to execute author Gaurav. Sometimes you want to write comment after the line of the code, that you can also write. So if you write that found, this is my first program, you can write that as well, right? So there is no error. So there are two types of comment. One is single line comments and one is multi-line comments, right? So if I write here author Gaurav, company, maybe you can say 5G Guru, right? Then I put here pound sign. So this is single line comment. But if I want to use only multi-line comment, then you can write here like this. You can put triple quotes, triple single quotes, right? Then this is a multi-line comment, right? You can run here. You can see here there is no error in running this program, right? So I have written the single line comment just now with the help of pound symbol, and if you want to comment this out with multiple line comments, you have to write the triple single quotes, right? So whatever is written between the triple quotes, that will be ignored by the programmer to run or execute, right? So you can add as many commands in a single program. You can also add single line commands and multi-line commands in a single program together as well. So look, I have used single line command, and here I have used multi-line command, right? Multi-line command here and single line command here. So I hope you have liked this chapter, and this is the end of the chapter. A very short chapter in which we have wrote our first Python program. And if this is a first program of your life, so comment down below. I want to know it too, and it feel very happy when people write the comment. So I feel more joyous than you when I see the comments that someone has written their first program with me. I want to tell you all to comment, and along with that we'll move to the next chapter, or you can move to the practice set, right? Let's move to the practice set. So here I have shortlisted some questions for you. So let's do some practice of chapter 1. So guys, it's time to solve the practice set. So let's do this, and I will solve the practice set for chapter 1. So you don't have to worry about notes. So I have made all the notes for you. I have made all the programs for you. So you can see here, all these will be shared with you. So you can see all these programs are here. And if I right click here, and you can see all these programs are with you, right? I will share all these nodes. I will solve all these problems, and I will solve all these nodes with you, right? So all these nodes will be shared with you. You don't have to worry. So the question comes, how to get the nodes? So just write the output of any of the program in the comment box and send me the print screen. As you know that my email address is python.training32@gmail.com. Again, python.training32@gmail.com. Okay, so let's jump to practice set, and it is just created for you, right? So let's see the first program of practice set 1. So write a program to print twinkle twinkle little star poem in the Python. Okay, for that just have to click on this and write your program, and you can write here like 02 underscore PR. PR means practice test underscore 01 underscore twinkle, right? You can write like this dot py. Don't forget to write py, right? So this will be our program, right? So here we'll write our first program, and in this what we have to do is write the poem twinkle twinkle little star, right? So for that I will take just the twinkle twinkle little star lyric, right? And I just take the copy of these things and control C, and right here just print double quotes, control V, and I will run this, right? You can see when I run here it shows some errors, right? So why these are errors? Because I have not put the triple quote, right? It is a multi-string, right? So we have to put here triple quotes, right? 3 single quotes, right? So here also we have to put 3 single, right? Now you can run this. Now you can see the output of the poem, right? Print this, right? So this is the solution of problem number 1. So again friends, the reason for error is you can't write this string in the double quotes like this. Whenever you have a string which is occupying more than one line, you have to write the string as you write the comments with triple single quotes. So if I print this poem by adding triple single quote, so then the output is printed. So if I want my poem to print in this format, so I can do that with the help of triple quotes, so that my poem will print all together without these tabs. So my poem has been printed.
So if I ask you, what was the takeaway from this question? The takeaway was you can write a paragraph which occupies more than one line with the help of three single quotes. You may confuse this with the single quote I have used in the comments, right? So I was used as comment when it was alone, but if it is followed by print, then it becomes a string literal. We'll talk about string in the next chapter, but right now just remember that when you have more than one line, you have to put three single quotes. Okay, so this is the solution of problem 1 of practice set. So let's jump to the second problem. So the second problem says that use REPL and print the table of 5 using it. Okay, so for that, as you know that we have to open the PowerShell, right? Open the PowerShell, and in this we have to enter Python, right? We have to enter Python, and here we can write the table of 5 like 5 cross 1 is equal to 5, 5 cross 2 is equal to 10, and so on. This way you can write the table of 5. As you know that what is REPL? REPL is read, evaluate, print and loop. And how to exit it? You just have to exit by exit and this, right? This way you can exit the Python. So if I add asterisk mark, so answer is 5 into 1 is 5, 5 into 2 is 10 and so on, right? So in case of Python, we can use plus for sum, minus for difference and forward slash for division. But we can't use X for multiplication. We have to use this asterisk mark for the multiplication. So let's move to the third problem. It says that install an external module and use it to perform an operation of your interest. Okay, so this is a very subjective question. You can do anything. Possibilities are endless. I will show you something very interesting. So I will go to internet and search for a module called play sound. Okay, if I go to internet, you can see I will write here play sound, right? I will write like this, and if I open the first one, you will see the command line like this, right? So you may not know about this module, but this module help you to play sound. So I will open the terminal and install the play sound with pip install play sound, right? So but this module will help you to play sound. So I will open the terminal and install the play sound with the pip install play sound, right? So if I go here and if I just copy paste this thing and go ahead, I will remove these because these are not required. It is required for PowerShell, not for here. Okay, so how I will do? I will go to my terminal and I will write the command pip install play sound. Okay, and it will start installing the place. You can see that now it is upgraded and it is installed in my laptop. I have already shared one MP3 file with you. So let's see how to use this program. Okay, so just copy paste the path of this mp3 file and put it here, right? So whenever you are giving the path in Windows, I'm telling you something very important. I want to tell you something that you have to use the double backslash here. So you have to use here double backslash. Everywhere you have to use double backslash. What is the meaning of using double backslash? When I add a character after a single backslash, so that character is classified as escape sequence. I will tell you more about escape sequence later, but for now just remember that you have to add path in this manner. Look, when I will run this program, you will see music will play, right? So if I run this program, so what I have done is I picked a module and use it in lines. So have you seen the power of modules? I did not know. So this is quite awesome, and we have solved question number 3. So now let's move to the question number 4. Write a Python program to print the contents of a directory using OS module. Search online for the function which does that, right? So using this OS module, what we have to do is we have to print the content of a directory, which means we will be given the directory and we have to print its content. So how can I print the content of the directory? So let me check. I will search in the Google. You can see OS module content of a directory, right? You can search like this and you can go to anything. So you can search like this. So how to list these, right? Directory, right? So you can see here command OS list direct. Just copy this command and print on your and paste on your terminal, right? And you can write here as we discussed import OS, right? And you can write here print OS, and you can if you run this command, you can see the output. So in this folder you see 01 my first program, 03 I will show you all these files will be there. So if I go to that folder, you can see all these files, Python, practice set, Twinkle, all these things will be there in that
particular program, right? My first program. So you can see I have 4 files. My first program, Twinkle, practice set, Python. So you will say 1, 2, 3, 4. All these files are. And the last question is label the program written in the problem 4 with the help of command, right? So we can label it. If we want to label it, let's label the commands. So you can write like this: you can write author is Gaurav. You can write location is Virginia. You can write company is 5G Guru, right? All these things. And if I run these commands, you will see it will show you the error because I have not put the hashtag, right? I have to put the hash. You can see now this program will run, right? You can see this program will run, and you know that I can put hashtag with the help of control forward slash, right? Select all and just put control forward slash, and you see the hashtags, and you can remove the hashtag by again pressing control forward slash, control forward. And if you don't want to give like this, you can also give the 3 single quotes, right? It become a multi-line string, right? So you can also run again. So this way, this is the, I personally prefer the single line comments. That is because I can write with the help of this hash, right? So I can do commenting and uncommenting with the help of this control forward slash, right? So now this line won't be executed because it's a comment. Let's run. So with this, I have completed the chapter 1. Now I want you people to send me mail with the print screen of your comments, and these codes and notes will be sent to you. And this is quite amazing, and you can build a music player with the help of Python. And there's lots of things we have to learn. Again, friends, thanks a lot for watching this video, and I hope you like this video, and please subscribe to this channel and you will get the new videos as soon as possible. Thank you.